Louisiana beer reviews. We're looking at Zia Category 5 Pale Ale. I already poured it. Didn't make much of a head, so there wasn't much to dissipate. Not the greatest looking thing, you know, but doesn't look bad. It's amber more than gold. There's a lot of little fine sediment all throughout this beer. Some streaming bubbles. Zia is a restaurant chain in the South. There aren't too many of them. Oh, here's some Ritz bacon flavored crackers. They also make a porter, this amber lager, a golden lager, and it's produced by Covington Brewhouse for Zia. Back in the 90s, like 1996 or 7, I went to Zia to eat, and they used to have their own little brewery in the restaurant on Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. It was very cold in there, and they were lagering the beer. But I think they found that it was too expensive, so they contract out for years now with Covington Brewhouse. They don't give the ABV on the Zia website. The Covington website doesn't list these beers. Covington does make their own amber ale, pale ale, and they're saying it's 6%, and I don't know if this is the same one relabeled, but the way they were describing their pale ale, it doesn't seem like it is. I think they're just doing the Zia recipe, but it does have some characteristic Covington Brewhouse, formerly Heinebrau, character, and what, yeah, characteristic character. Well, what it is they have this strange yeastiness. It may not appeal to some people, which is why the ratings could be low. There's only 19 ratings on Beer Advocate and 19 on Rate Beer, but Beer Advocate saying okay, Rate Beer saying 20 out of 100, and 5 out of 100 for the style, very low. But it's sort of a pungent, you know what it is? I couldn't get my mind around. I'm glad I reshot this. I had started it and I didn't like the way it came out, but because I was going on too long about this book I'm going to show you in a minute. But it has a cream ale aroma, which is like that cream cheese icing. And I think that could bother people. It does now remind me of Genesee Cream Ale and Kingfish Cream Ale. So, yeah, you know, maybe it's styled wrong. They have it labeled wrong. It's because it's more of a cream ale than a pale ale. And you know, a cream ale is like a lager ale hybrid. It has crispness like a lager, but you know, it's not as dry as a lager. It's more wet than dry. Hard to say, but I'm going to give it a B+. I think it is very good. But it always seems like the Heinebrau, Covington Brewhouse, Zia beers are not quite into the excellent range. On the other hand, they were only $1.45 for each bottle, so I'm not out too much. Someone told me that they had been discontinued. That's not true. It's on the Zia website. I bought these recently at a Quista Pace grocery store in Covington, so they're not discontinued. Oh, here's Big Eddie Rye Wine Ale. No label here on the body, only on the neck. I got it out of a 4-pack. I thought it said barley wine, not rye wine, but it is 10%. I've done a review already. I'm going to revisit it, but I'm going to try to age it for 5 years. I got 2 years on it now. It's 2013, so I'm going to try to let that set. I have some Limburger cheese. I don't think this beer is necessarily made for your more pungent cheeses, your Limburger and your Gorgonzola, but it does seem to go well with this. The book is nice. A lot of interesting drawings and photos about Lincoln. Here's William Lloyd Garrison, like one of the most ultimate troublemakers in American history. But I like how this book from England says things that you may not read in American produced books. talking about Lincoln in 1861. Thus, Lincoln's first business as a statesman and strategist had been to goad his opponents into making the initial hostile move. And this is true. He didn't want to be accused of firing the first shot because his support in the war on the South was questionable to start with. You had states like Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, very angry at him, and if he would have been seen as firing the first shot, you would have guaranteed to have Kentucky secede. Indiana was on the fence, especially southern Indiana, which was openly hostile to Lincoln and pro-Southern. But he was able to get the Southerners to foolishly fire the first shot. And we know the rest. But anyway, it's an interesting book. So a B+, very good. A+ for the rest of this Country Castle Limburger cheese. I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana and go to a Lions baseball or basketball game.